Hi there, this is Galen Martling. Today I'm going to show watercolor onto dark or black cardstock, and I'm using a watercolor by Tech. It's pearlescent watercolor and it really shows vibrantly on a dark surface. And so I'm using Stamping by Unity. I'm using June Rose stamp set and Wonky Stripes background stamps. Here is the Tech palette that I'm using, lots of colors there, and it comes in one set, but I know that it is found in smaller sets of families of colors. So I also am using it's by Legion, it's called Stonehenge Aqua Cold Press Black Watercolor Paper. And so I stamped and heat embossed using the original Misty in white embossing and heat set the florals and the leaves on this black watercolor paper. Now, this is a thinner paper than I'm used to for watercolor. It's thinner. I am going to explore other black cardstock, but for now I wanted to go ahead and use what I have here. It's wonderful. It holds the color on top. The color stays fluid on top of this paper, which is nice. It's watercolor, but it just doesn't seem as thick as some of the other white watercolor papers, but I'm going to give it a try. So I use a water container just to the right of the film here to wet my brush. And I'm using a really fine tip brush for this because the space I'm coloring in are small little stamp layers here. So I'm using a fine brush. And I added drops to all of the colors because I wasn't sure what I was going to use. So I added a couple of drops to all of the colors of water just to prepare it so that it's easy to mix and to pick up. I started with the red color down at the bottom, and I made some layers onto the rose with that, and then I'm picking up one of the gold colors, just chose one of them. I'm used to using Gansei Tombi Starry Colors, which is, they have golds that I have used for watercolor, and they show up nicely, but I wanted to use other colors, so I got this set. I wanted to try to watercolor using lots of different colors, not just gold. But the gold, you could see it's so vibrant. I had to take away some of the color. Now it does not blend into the red like a normal watercolor would, I found. So what I wanted to do is go ahead and add all the gold. And then what I'm going to do is take away some of that gold using just a damp brush there with nothing on it, and then wiping it onto a paper towel. But I'm experimenting. This is the first time I'm using this set, so I like what I see so far. Now, after I added so much of that gold, I went in and I added more of the red. And it layers nicely. You can do that. You can just add some more color and build it up. It's a little different. Now, if you want it to blend, you can get those two colors to blend at the edges, but it takes a little bit of work. I added a little water on the brush and just did circular motions to blend them a little bit more together. I love the color of these leaves. I tried two of the green, the top two on the right. It's like a teal color, and it came out pretty dark at the bottom of those leaves. And then I use that light color at the top right. It's sort of a very light mint color, and I use that for the tips. And in person, it shines nicely. It looks like a little highlight there at the top of those leaves. And I just blended the whiter mint color into that teal color to make it not such a dark leaf. And I'm going to do some more of this and play around with them a little more, but I like what I see. Now, I'm brushing away the color from the stamping because I still want the stamped lines. Right now they're in white, and I was thinking of doing it in gold. I think I'll try that next time and heat emboss in gold and even in silver and try the colors with those as well. later on. I fussy cut the flowers and the leaves out. And you can see how beautiful it is when it's dry. You can leave it set to dry, or you could heat set the color. I also used a background by Unity, Wonky Stripes, and I stamped that. I have done this in gold in the past. I wanted it just to be black and white. So I used a strip of that. I cut from the stamped, the larger stamp. I trimmed just a border there using that. And I'm playing around with how I want these leaves. I stamped more and colored more of the leaves. I just wanted it to have a little more leaves. And then made sure there's not any dust or anything on the black cardstock, and place the sentiment just to finish. There you go. I love it. I hope you did too. Thanks so much for watching, and take a moment to subscribe if you will, like and share, and have a great day.